thanks very much for joining this MyLION seminar, using MyLION to promote and report club service activities. Tonight with me, I'm happy to have two lions helping me out throughout the session. Lion Megan Bennett from Newmarket, and also the Ronnie Wickens from Omimi. I have made both of you as co-hosts for this meeting. And throughout the meeting, I would like you to monitor the chat box and also check on the videos of the participants, just in case if anyone has any comments or questions, if someone has their hand raised, then call the person in to comment or ask the question, okay? So a few notes to observe. I put everyone on mute. So, and please maintain as mute if you are not speaking. If you want to ask a question, use the chat box. I saw a number of you were sending in chat messages before we start this seminar. And if you want to ask a question or make a comment, you can always raise your hand and catch the attention of Lion Megan or Lion Ronnie to come in to share your questions or comments. And throughout this session, we will be launching a few polls just to get you engaged. So right now we have 41 people joined the meeting, which is very nice, very good. Thanks for coming. And at this point in time, I'd like to pass the floor to our Governor Glenn to say a few opening remarks. Lion Glenn.
Thank you, Lion Tim. Much appreciated. Welcome, everybody. I really enjoyed listening to the chat that went on for the opening part. It's neat to see when we get together, even though it's virtually. It's a positive experience, and it was great to hear from all of you and to see you. It's been a while. I want to thank you for taking time on Pancake Tuesday. I hope you didn't have too many pancakes, and so everyone will be able to stay awake. Thank you, Lion Tim and Megan and Lions Ronnie, for helping out with this. I think we're getting better with MyLION. I think we're getting there. It's a great platform. I'm using it an awful lot more effectively now, and so it seems to be operating better. So I hope you're going to have a good set. No, let me rephrase that. I know you're going to have a good session tonight, and I know Tim's prepared well for this. So sit back and enjoy. Thank you, Lion Tim, and it's all yours.
Thank you, Governor Glenn. So before we start the details of the seminar, I'd like to see who is who in this session. I'm going to put up a poll here. And if you can respond to it and let us know which region you are from. I hope you can see the poll here. Welcome all to the webinar. Please tell us which region in A16 you are from. Or if you're not from A16, I have an option for you, saying I'm from outside of A16. So I can see that like over 60% of you responded. I'm going to give you another 10, 15 seconds to come in. All right, about 80% of you responded. Okay, so let me share with you the results. Well, we have about 50% of the participants coming from region 18, 14 from 33, 29% from region 45, and about 7% coming from 52. Thanks very much for that. So let's get started. The agenda for tonight, I have put together some information to show you how to sign in to MyLION. Now the assumption here is that you have your own Lion's application user ID and password. Now in case if you don't worry, then we can work together after this session, or we can arrange some other time to help you to register to get your own user ID and password. And I will be showing you how to use MyLION to create, promote future events, and also how to report past events. And what can you see as all the information being put into the MyLION system? What are the metrics you can see? And depending on time, I hope I'm looking at finishing this session at 8:30. If we have time, I would go into the other LION's application just to mention some of these so that you know that these resources are available. So hopefully at the end of the session, you'll be able to understand the process in putting in the service activities into MyLION. And also you know that what information would be available for you to look at. And of course, at the end of this session, I hope you or many of you being club officers, you will be able to use MyLION to submit your service activities and also report your service activities of your clubs. So what's MyLION? Just a recap on this one. LCI has put together this tool for LIONs across the world to put in all the information about their service activities. You can use it to plan, to invite people, LIONs in your clubs, or even outside of your club. And you can share these service activities to LIONs across the world. And of course, you can report it. And then you can find and connect with LIONs from other locations through the MyLION system as well. And there are key information since LCI is collecting all this information from club. And so they would be able to provide you with statistical information collectively at your club level, at the district level, and multiple district level, and international level. And the good thing with this MyLION system is that it's accessible via multiple platforms. You can use your cell phone to look at it. And in terms of submitting information, you can use your tablet, iPad, or your laptop to access the system. So now, I'm not sure how many of you have used MyLION before. Maybe then you can share with the meeting on your previous experience in using MyLION. And I'm going to ask you to look at this poll again. You can use MyLION to report activities. And in terms of activities, LCI has defined 4 different categories: service activities, fundraisers, meetings, and donations. So I'd like to see how many of you have used it to report any of these activities. Okay. I'm seeing about 70% of you responded, so I'm going to give you another 10 seconds. All right. Okay, there we go. So more than half of you have used it to submit service activities. 40% use it to submit an event related to a fundraising. 40% on activities related to meetings. Meetings could be your club meeting, could be your district meeting, or even LCI meeting, or seminars like this. You can report it into MyLION as one of your club activities. Donation, 32%, 33% of you have used it for submitting donation-related activities, and about 40% say you have not reported. But that's good. That's why we have this seminar. And it's good to know that some of you have some prior experience with that. Okay. All right, so let me get back to the presentation here. Okay, yes?
Vaughn would like to comment that of the 40% that did not submit, it might be because it is done by the secretary of the club.
Oh, that's a good point.
Other.
That's a good point. Yeah, so thanks very much for the clarification. Now, in order for us to access MyLION, and I always suggest we start with going to the LCI website because it's easy to remember. You don't have to worry about the long or difficult website address of the MyLION application. So I would suggest go to lionsclubs.org and click on member login. It will bring you to the login panel. So I'm going to show you these sign-in screens if you're using a tablet to access MyLION, or if you're using iPad or you are using a laptop, what would you see? So let's start with a tablet. So if you look at your tablet homepage, typically this is a homepage of the tablet, then you see the search bar on the top, right? So all you need to do is to type in lionsclubs.org on the search bar. Well, on my little tablet here, it kind of show me a list of all the websites related to lionsclubs.org. So I just hit enter with the lionsclubs.org. Then it will bring me to the LCI homepage. Now on this homepage, you don't see anything with any button showing the members log on. But because on the tablet, the LCI homepage is shown with this. And if you notice on the left-hand side, the 3-bar button, click on that. Oops, sorry. Click on the 3-bar, and it will bring you to this page, which show you the command buttons for various functions. Member login, if you go to LCI convention, if you want to find a club, if you want to go to LCIF website. So these are the options. So over here, you click on member login. And it will bring you to this login screen for welcome you to the LION account. So over here, you type in your email address as your user ID and your password, and you click sign in, and you will be into the LION's application. All right, so this is for tablets. So what happens if I'm using an iPad? If you're using an iPad, go to your Safari. On your top of the screen, type in the lionsclubs.org. Again, you will see the LCI homepage. And again, you will see the 3-line button on the top left-hand corner. Click on that bar over here, and it will give you another page with all the other options for member login. Similarly, LCI convention, if you want to look at information on the LCI convention. If you want to find a club, if you want to go to LCI Foundation, or you want to buy stuff, so you have all these options. So for us here, we'll click the member login. Again, once you click the member login, it will bring you to this welcome to your LION account sign-in page. Again, you type in your user ID and your password and click sign in, and it will bring you into the LION's application. Now, what if I'm using a laptop? Again, in your laptop, bring up your browser. I'm using Google Chrome. You may be using Firefox or a Microsoft browser, whatever. It works with a number of browsers. So it doesn't matter. Bring up your browser and type in lionsclubs.org. And I'm going to blow up this page to give you a closer look. So you type in lionsclubs.org again, and if you notice on the laptop, it gives you the command bar right away. You don't have to worry about the 3-line button. So you go into member login, and it will bring you to the welcome to your LION account sign-in page. So again, you type in your user ID, you type in your password, you click sign in, and then it will bring you to the member portal. So when you go in, when you are here, you click MyLION. All right. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to leave this presentation and go to a live demonstration to show you how to create an activities, how to report an activities, and what you can see in the metrics. Okay. So let me do that. Hopefully technology will work. Okay. Can you see the welcome to your line account?
Yes.
Login now?
Yes.
Okay. So what I did is I typed in the lionsclubs.org address and click member login, and it takes me to here. Maybe what I can do is I can go back just to show you the step. Okay. So lionsclubs.org, and I click member login. Okay, it brings me to the welcome to your line account login page. And I type in my user ID and my password. And I click sign in. So it brings me into my member portal page. It says welcome line team, right? And we are looking at MyLION. So I click MyLION over here. And it brings me to my homepage, my club's homepage, Angus Glen Lions Club. And over here, what you can do is if you look at the top command bar here, you have home, report past activities, plan future activities. So I'm going to show you how to create a future activities first, pretty quickly. So I just click plan future activities. Under MyLION, you can create 4 different types of activities: service activities, fundraiser, meeting, donation. So assuming my club is planning a new service activities. So I would click on service activity here and click continue. And it takes me to the next screen asking me about what course is my activities. So I will pick hunger. Assuming my club is planning a food bank donation drive to support hunger. So it's hunger, I pick. And once I pick hunger, if you notice on the right-hand side, LCI has provided some information on what hunger service is all about. So if you want to read about this information, by all means, you can go into here to read more. And for demonstration purpose, I'm not going in there, so I click continue. It brings me to what kind of a project type. So assuming my project is a food drive for the support to a local food bank, so I click food collection. And again, once you click one of these project types, there will be more information showing you on the right-hand side. And if you go down over here, you can even download what they call a project planner. It has a lot of information to help you to plan out your event. So if you're interested in going into the different types of service, looking at the different types of project planner, by all means, you can always download this information for your own review and maybe use it as a working document with your club members or with your committee to plan out the event. So I click continue again. So it asks me about what are the activity details. So some information has been pre-populated for me, like my club name, Angus Glen is multiple district or district A16 under multiple district A. And it asks me to fill in the activity name. It has a default name over here. So if you like it, you can keep it. If you don't like it, you can change it. A demo food drive. If it is something, a repetitive event representing your club, so you may want to click on this as a signature activities. If it is like a one-off event, so chances are you may not want to classify it as signature event, so you just leave it there. And then you are being asked to put in the place. Now, if I'm having it at a physical location, that's okay. I can check on like Markham Civic Center. And then it will ask me to put in the address. Now, what if we are doing a virtual event? So if you put virtual, it will accept it. I mean, on the place name, sorry. It will accept it. But when you put in the address, it is always looking for a physical address. So just be careful with that. Even though you may have a virtual event, you still have to provide a physical address. So in order to bypass it, normally I would just put in my home address. But if you don't want to put in your own home address, you want to put in your, if you have a clubhouse, put in your clubhouse address. But over here, it is expecting a real physical address. So just take note about it. Then you put in the start day. You can click on the calendar to find the start day. Now, this is a future event. You can only put in date in the future. You cannot say, oh, this event start in January the 1st. You can't do that. All right, so it has to be in the future. So I'm saying that let's start today. And it's a multiple day event, maybe for a week until the 20th. Start time, end time. You put in the description. So I just leave it as a demonstration purpose. I just leave it there. And you have to put in the description, because if you notice all this, some of the fields has an asterisk on it. These are mandatory fields, required fields. You have to fill up those fields. Otherwise, the system won't let you proceed. So privacy, who can see it? Everyone, or sometimes you may just want to have your club members to see it. Or if this is still a very prelim planning stage, you may want to keep it to only yourself to look at it until you have more information to put in, whatever. But again, for demonstration purpose, I would click everybody. Who can join? Again, you have the option of any lions, any leos, everyone, or by invite only. So again, I'll leave it as everyone. And then I will click on the continue button over here. Okay, there's a continue button over here. Okay. Oh, good. So all this hard work, the system has decided to create the record for me. So the next page is then I can people. Now this is a part of promotion. You can invite your club members. If I click Angus Glen, which is my club, then you see on the invite list, all the club members' name will appear under the invite list here. So, and if I want to invite other clubs nearby, I can do so. I can click on the club name and click on the select mark, and I will be inviting all the members of Ajax. And if I want to invite individual lions, for example, say I want to invite Governor Glenn to join this event. So I can search on Governor Glenn's name. So Alfred Condor, he goes by Alfred Condor in the Lion system. So I click on his name, and his name will go over. Let me uncheck Ajax, make it simple. So his name will come under the invite list. Okay, I hope you can see it over here. So So after you have decided on who to invite, then you can click continue. And once you click continue, an email will be sent to all the invitees on the list, informing them about this event and asking them to join or to support your event. Okay, so for demonstration purpose, I'm not going to continue on this one. So I'm going to cancel this record. And I hope you got the feel of the process. All right. So once you click continue, it will give you the final view of it and say that if you're okay, then you can save it. And now, mind you, once you save it, this is a saved record. This is not a reported record. This is not a reported event. You will report this event after you have completed this event, right? That makes sense, right? Because you are just creating it, and this is a future event, okay? So far, question, comments? I'm going to delete these activities because this is just a demo. Okay. Now, if I'm not hearing any questions, so let's move on to the reporting. Say, assuming that event I created and it has completed. So my club went out to collect food items and then donated to the food bank. So then come to the point after the event has finished, and I would be able to report it. Okay, so if you want to report an activities, you just go to here and click on report past activity. Now here you see, I can see a list of unreported activities, and I can see quite a few of them. Now, mind you that I have the authority level of the district GST, so I can see all the club's activities, not just Angus Glen, not just my club. And also I have MDA authority level, so I can see other clubs in MDA as well. So that's why you see that I have a lot of records here. But if you are a club secretary or club president, chances are you will be seeing your club's activities only. So don't worry about, oh, how come there's so many, then how could I manage? So this may not be an issue for many of you. So when I come into this report past activities panel, the system will remind me what are some of the activities that has been completed and unreported. So for demonstration purpose, again, I have created one activities, which you can see here is a demo community badminton tournament. Let me blow up a little bit on the screen. I created this a few days ago with an end date of February the 14th. So the system can tell that this event has the end date has expired. So it reminds me that, oh, I should report it. So if I go into this panel, then you see this record with a report button in the middle. So I can click on this button, and then it will take me to the panels to start my reporting process. Or if I do not have an event created before, and I want to create, I want to report an activities. So what do? Then you have the option of going into this report plus to report an activities that your club has completed, but you have not created in the system before. So I'm going to go through this process one by one. So let's go through this first, assuming that I have a service activities created in advance. And now comes the time that this event has completed. So I go into this, and it has a good reminder asking me to report it. So I just click on report. Okay, so it would take me to the reporting panel. So what it is asking me to put in is, again, the number of people served. So my demo project is a tournament, a badminton tournament. So assuming that we have 100 people participated, so I would put 100. Now, one thing I want you to take note on in terms of putting in this people served field is we have to distinguish people reached versus people served. If you are running a promotional event, like if you are having a press conference, for example, if you are running a membership drive at a mall, or using social media to promote Lions, then you will be able to reach to a large number of people. But I would say that when you reach to a large number of people, that doesn't mean that this number of people got served by your club. So that's something I want you to remember. And when we put in people served, we really want you to consider that with your project, how many people that your project or your club had touched on. Okay, so I think that's the point. But again, I know this is something sometimes quite tricky because it may be difficult for you to get a quote unquote accurate number. But again, use your best judgment to put in a well-educated guess, but make sure that your number you're putting in are the people that you served. For example, like in my club, we were doing a tablet for seniors project. We donated tablets to a number of long-term care senior homes. So let's come back to this number of people served. And then it asks you to put in any funds donated if you're involved into any donation. And if you donate money, you have to put in the name of the organization receiving the donation and the total fund, the amount, or if you're raising money, the money that you raised. And now MyLION, it allows us to report your donation amount or your fundraising amount in Canadian currency. So this is an enhancement, all right? And then it goes on to ask you to put in the number of volunteers involved in your project. So if you have 10 Lions involved, 4 other volunteers, non-Lions volunteers, then you can put 14. Right? And the number of volunteer hours, again, would be the time that all the volunteers spend in making sure this project happens successfully. Now you can report planning time as well. Say if you plan this project, have several meetings before, and then you have the actual event, then you can all lump this time that you spent together into one total number of volunteer hours spent, okay? And then you have to put in a little description on what is the community outcome. Say if you have a food bank drive, then you donate the food to the local food bank, then you can put in a brief description on what will happen with your food donated. Or in my club's project, like the tablet for senior, we probably would describe it as we provide a tablet for senior residents in the long-term care home to enable them to do video calls with the families. So you have to put in all this. Now, if you notice, I skipped the total volunteer hours. Once I skip it, and the system would highlight it with a red box. So it's reminding me, oh, I missed that required field. So I have to put in a number. So 100 hours, just as an example. So after I filled in everything, then you will notice that the continue button will be enabled. So if I click continue, and it says, oh, you are almost done. So it gives me the opportunity to review the information that I put in. And if I find it okay, then I would hit report. I can report it now because after this, I can always delete the record. So, okay. So it asks me to report now. If I hit submit, then that will be reported. And if I go back to the report past activities, so you may still see this record over here because my LCI would take time to refresh the records. So once you update, it's not really on a real-time update. So once you report it and you see it here, don't feel alarmed because the system will take time to refresh itself. Now, this is how you report an activities that you have created. Okay. Next, I'm going to show you how to report an activities that you have not created in advance. So what if you have a club meeting last weekend and a social gathering, and you want to report that social gathering of your club into the system? Then you may not have created that event in advance. So what you need to do is you go here, go to report past activities and click report plus. Again, it shows you a similar panel as what you have seen, but a little bit more easier to fill out. You have to, again, notice over here, it asks you to fill in some required fields, or on this pink box, it says required to save. On those fields with the asterisk, it said required to report. So you have to fill out those fields. Otherwise, the system won't let you go. So this box, you have to put in activity name, again, demo report. And it kind of pre-populated some information for you, assuming this is a club event. Or if you're reporting something different, then you can always go down and say, it's a club event, it's a district event. So it's a club event. It
You're frozen again.
and right? But in the date of the event, again, I'm reporting an event. So if you open the calendar, you can only see previous dates. So someone was asking, hey, how come I couldn't report anything on February the 18th? You cannot, because it's a future date. So you can always report event in the past. So when you open up the calendar, over here, if I click February the 1st, so that's okay. Event type, is it a service event, fundraiser, a meeting? So I click meeting. Again, similar information, number of volunteers, maybe 10. Number of hours, maybe we spend 2 hours in the meeting. So 10 people, 20 hours. Additional metrics, if you click on this, it would ask you to provide more information. Now, this is more for a service event or a donation or a fundraiser, whereby you will put in the number of people served. If you involve donation, money donated, which organization you are donating money to, and if you're raising money, the funds raised. So on this particular situation, I'm not using it, so I don't have to check on it. And again, who can see this? Same thing you've seen before. You have the option of defining who can see it, everyone, and the multiple district level or club level, etc. So I will leave it as everyone. And you have to put in a description. Notice that under description is a red asterisk field. This is a mandatory field. So again, you put in whatever demo event. And if you go down, then you have the option of putting up a picture. You can upload a picture over here if you want to. If you don't upload any picture, the system will give you the default. If you have additional pictures, you can always add it into the gallery. And then you hit report. So that's how you report an event which has not been created into MyLION in advance. All right? Questions, comments? Hearing none, let's go to the metrics. Metrics is the option for you to look at what information that you can look into. Now, if I go into metrics, it will show me my home club information, Angus Glen. So overall, we have 17 service activity completed, blah, blah, blah. And if you go down the screen, then you can see different filters. We call these filters. You can look at the people served of all the activities reported under Angus Glen and the number of people served. Or if I want to look at service activities, I can choose service activities. Then it shows me all the details, a total of 17, right? Or if I want to see the number of volunteer hours, then I have the option of looking at those information, fund raised, fund donated. Okay. Now, we can also look at A16, district A16 level. So it shows me all the A16 data. People served, 83,000. Service activity completed, 862. Now, Lion Wong, you asked about the question on, as a zone chair, region chair, how you look at the other clubs. Now, I must say that MyLION is not sophisticated enough to give us the option of one click to list out all the clubs in your zone or all the clubs in your region and all their activities. It's not here yet. So you have to go into individual clubs to look at it. So one way you can go in is to go into this matrix at district A16. If you look at the top, there's a club search here. It's an option to do club search. Say if I want to search Newmarket, for example. So I type in Newmarket. A lot of Newmarkets. Any clubs with the name Newmarket associated with it. And if I know that I'm looking at a Newmarket in A16, then the club number is 14984, then I click on this. And it gives me the Newmarket Lions Club's information. So again, you can see everything the way that I show you under Angus Glen, the same filter of all the activities, 81 of them. You can filter to see at the people served, service activities, volunteer hours spent, and whatever. Now, I know that this is not a very sophisticated system, but it's something that you can go in to look at a particular club, and you have the option of exporting this information into a spreadsheet and download it onto your computer. Say, if you look at this export button, you click on that. It will download, if you look at the bottom of my screen here, then it will download an Excel spreadsheet on club activity details. Okay. So again, the tools is a little bit primitive, I must say, for zone chair and region chair. And probably it would be nice to have a button for you to click on, then you can see all the clubs under your zone, under your region. Actually, I have submitted a user request into MyLION support, asking asking them to look into providing that feature. But of course, this will involve some development. So all in all, these are the basic information that you can look at under MyLION. Okay, questions, comments?
There's a question from Eleanor. Where'd she go? Has anyone created a template to acquire volunteer hours from club members?
So that is how you will collect information from your club, or you collect information for your club activities. Okay. Okay. Now I want to go back to my Okay, I want to go back to my PowerPoint. Are you able to see my PowerPoint screen now?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
No? Okay. Mm-hmm. So let me bring us back to the point that we left for the demonstration. Okay. So I hope I've given you some ideas on how to create the future activities and how to report it. If you have created a future activities there, and you can report it starting from there, or if you haven't created anything, then you can use the report plus button, and then you can see some information under the metrics. And now I'm happy to introduce the MyLION support team. Tonight I have Lion Ronnie and also Lion Megan joining me. And they have gracefully accepted my request to join me as a member of the support team for A16. So hopefully going into the future, then if you have any questions on the use of MyLION, then these are the 3 resources that you can use to help you to navigate the system. And hopefully we will be able to assist you in whatever ways to help you to create your event, promote your event, and also to report your event. That means if you have questions now, you don't have to always come to me. You can go to Lion Ronnie or Lion Megan, right?
Yes, of
Okay.
course.
I still
Ron
have
has
one.
his hand up.
Yes. Ron? Ron, come, unmute yourself and come in.
I'm just saying thank you to all of you. And thank you, Megan, as you're part of my zone, which is extremely important to me as a valuable resource. And I look forward to continuing to work with everyone. It's difficult times, but I'm sure we're going to get through this.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. So I still have a minute to go. So I'd like to quickly go through this member portal. Now, we talk about MyLION. My LCI is for membership information. As a club secretary or club president, you can access my LCI to update your membership information. If you have new member, you go into my LCI to add in a new member. Every month, club secretaries, you have to report your membership number. Even though you don't have membership number, you don't have membership change, you are still requested to go into my LCI to click on the button say that no membership change report. Okay, just click on one button.
Pat Aiken has her hand up.
Yes, Line as Pat.
Just wondering, is this the form that you use to report your monthly activities or just for special activities?
All
Or both?
activities.
All
All
activities.
activities.
You can report all activities. Yeah. The
Okay.
4 categories, remember: meeting, fundraiser, donation, and service activities.
Sure. So everything gets reported on a monthly basis, and you add your extra things in there at the same time when you're reporting.
That's right.
Right? Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure it was clear.
Yep. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for that. And the other application under the Lion's application I want to mention is the Learn. This is the Lion's Learning Center. If you go into there, then there are a number of online training sessions or online seminars or courses. And LCI has been very nicely designed those courses based on different roles. Like they have a training path for club presidents. They have a training path for club secretaries. And they have one for council chair. And I think they don't have one for district governor because they are using a lot of face-to-face in-person training for district governor because they're so important, right? So, but on this LION Learning Center, you can go in to pick whatever courses that you find interesting to you, and then you can do it at any time convenient to you. It typically is about 45 minutes to 1 hour session, and you can pause in the middle. Say if you have done half of it, then you have something that you have to attend to, you can always pause it and then come back. So this is something I want to point out to you. And again, the good thing is that you only need the same user ID and same password to access all these applications. Okay.
Pat, do you have another question?
Yep.
Oh, she's gone.
Me?
Oh, there you are. Pat, do you have another question? Your hand's up there.
How would we go about getting a registration number or registering to use MyLION?
Let's link up after this. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
There's a registration process. Very simple, but you need some information. Okay. All right. Any other questions, comments? I hope I've given you some information on the processes in creating, promoting, reporting events, and what information is made available under MyLION metrics. And at the end of this, I really hope that you as club officers, whether you are club president or club secretary, or just a club member, all Lions can create future events. Only secretary and only president, club president and club secretary can report service event. And if you have a service coordinator assigned in your club, or if you have a system administrator assigned in your club, and these two other Lions are able to report service activities as well. Okay. Now here, I have another poll. I want to take another minute. I know I overrun for 4 minutes now, but let me see how comfortable you are now. I hope you can see the poll now, asking you, are you comfortable in using MyLION now?
Oh, I can't vote.
Give us some feedback. The co-host cannot vote.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
We
And
assume-
Vaughn's hand's up. I'm not sure if that's, do you have another question, Vaughn?
Yes, I have a question
Okay.
for Lion Barry, actually. If Lion Barry is still on the line. And at a very recent meeting, Lion Barry joined us for one of our virtual meetings, and he gave an excellent review of Lion Stan Clark, who passed away earlier this year. And maybe Lion Barry could share how he obtained all of the information that he did for the benefit of all of us as to how we can find out about certain individuals within our membership. It was extremely impressive that he knew the history of Lion Stan, what he had done and everything else. So if Lion Barry would care to share that, because I have the impression he got a lot of it from MyLION or MyLCI. So if Lion Barry would care to comment, I would really appreciate that.
I don't see
That's a
him.
quick comment. Lion Barry, if you can hold on to that, I want to make one comment regarding these poll results. Now, If you feel that you need to have a one-on-one session to go through a walkthrough, I've done that with a number of clubs and I find it very effective. And I was able to bring in a number of clubs who never report anything to start reporting. So if you feel that you need a one-on-one, and I find that it's very, very simple, half an hour. And if you want that, let us know. I'll be happy to do that. But I'm happy to see that over half of you are feeling comfortable, confident in using it. And 38% are saying that willing to give it a try. So thanks very much for that. Okay, Lion Barry, you want to comment on that? Questions from Lion Wong?
I don't see him.
Okay. All right. That comes to the end of my presentation over here. So again, I understand that I overran a little bit, and if people has other things to do, then by all means, you can leave the meeting. And if you want to hang on to talk a little bit more, we are here.
Thanks, Tim.
Oh, you're welcome. I hope I'm not overloading a lot of information onto you, but again, give it a try. And the more you try on using it, I believe that the more you feel more comfortable in using it.
Mhm.
Tim, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
This is basically used more by the secretary of the club with reporting and everything, correct?
Yes, the reporting, as I said, every members of your club can create a new event. Say if you have a committee, your committee chair can create an event. But as far as reporting, there are only 4 roles in the club can report. Your club president, your secretary, if you have a service coordinator assigned, if you have a system administrator assigned, then these 4 roles will be able to report activities.
So that answers, because if all the members in the club are encouraged to go and use this system, I hope like not everybody starts putting in there, and then there might be a war there. Oh, this one put other. So there has to be role assigned, correct?
Yes, the idea, I believe, why LCI decided to have only 4 different roles of Lions being able to report is probably we don't want to have duplicate reportings, right? You don't want to have the same event being reported by different members of your club. So with the limited roles, hopefully that will reduce the opportunities or the situation of being double reporting. Any other questions?
Thank you, Tim.
Walter.
Thank you,
Walter.
Tim.
Hi.
You're welcome. Well, I'm sorry because of the internet connection thing, something that I find it difficult to control. Anyway, I think I will stop the recording for now.